But that's why it's very, very important to make sure that you're with someone that's parallel not only to your thought but your goal as well. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to find the perfect person. I'm just basically saying that make sure that you're going in the same direction. And I have, shout out to the chicks where we thought we were going in the same direction and there was a fork in the road. I will apologize for that because we thought what we thought, but we thought what it was, what it wasn't. But you have to make sure that the person that you decide to take your journey with really coincide with where you're going or where you plan to land.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you can pick a motherfucker up along the way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But just make sure that that person is actually, and they don't have to think alike, be alike, like the same. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm just basically saying that in the blueprint of you making money and knowing where you're going, just make sure that the person that you're with or the person that you're planning to grow with. Because we're not talking about side chicks. We're not talking about thoughts. We're not talking about chicks that you take a pause on. We're not saying that. I'm just basically saying that when you're dealing with someone and you and that person is parallel going in the same direction, then make sure that that is fully much aware so that person knows, like, you know what, bitch, you might get dropped off over here in Seattle because I'm going over here to Texas. You know what I mean? So I'm a strong believer of that. Just make sure that as an individual that you're aware of not only where you're going in the blueprint of where you're going or where you're going to land, just make sure that the person that you're deciding to give that time to or decide to give that space to in your life is aware that, hey, this is what it is. So I'm very concrete on that. When you have someone that is trying to go in that same direction with you, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to sit down and have a conversation with that person because you could say, well, where you going?
Exactly.
Okay, well, I'm going over here. Okay, and then y'all can kind of either A, meet in the middle, or water the same flower and expect it to grow and connect, or you're probably wasting your time. You know what I mean? Because you're going, damn well
you know
you're
your
gonna,
thought process, and then theirs, so it's not going to align with each other.
Exactly, and see
So
that
I guess that's
that I don't have time for.